Here are the highlights. Next to last round of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. First ever built Ford Tough Utah National Miller Motorsports Park in Tooele, Utah. We'll get to the highlights of the 450 Moto number 1. Justin Brayton appears to have the whole shot here on the number 10 JGR Toyota Yamaha, but knifing to the inside is Ryan Villopoto. That's how it's done. And the Monster Energy Kawasaki rider has your motorcyclesuperstore.com whole shot, will pull away from there. Behind him you had Brayton, Trey Kennard, and Ryan Dungey fighting for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. James Stewart would join that fight after a while as well. Kennard and Dungey would get around Brayton, and eventually Dungey would get around Kennard, take over 2nd, but they were powerless to stop Villopoto. Stewart would join the fight. He would get Kennard for 3rd, and then not too far later pull out of the moto. Stewart has been struggling with a neck injury as of late. A little bit further back, a good battle. Jake Weimer and Justin Barsha fighting, trying to get into that top 5, and then Malcolm Stewart of Lucas Oil Troy Lee Honda is going to join them. Barsha on the Muscle Milk Honda and Stewart were going at it. It was a spectacular battle for a lap or so. Look at that. And then Stewart says, I'm going to end this right now. In his defense, I think he made a mistake. And that's what drew him into Barsha. Barsha is not sure what happened. And Privateer Power Weston Pike would finish 5th in this one, completely self-supported, doing it for the little guys. Villopoto, nothing little about his lead. It was huge. He's got his 3rd straight moto victory on to moto number 2. If Villopoto wins this one, he'll wrap up the championship a week early into the first turn. Brayton has another good jump, but it's the number 35 Rockstar Energy Racing Machine of Ryan Sipes grabbing the motorcyclesuperstore.com whole shot. Dungey and Villopoto are up front early. They would take the measure of Sipes and try to settle it between them, with Kennard and Barsha right behind. Villopoto laid down strong, hard, fast laps early in this one. Dungey fought, tried to stay with him, knew he needed to win the moto to prevent the title from being wrapped up, but he couldn't stop the number 2. Here is Kennard working on Sipes. Eventually his teammate Barsha would get by him as well, pushing Sipes back to 5th. And Barsha would push Kennard all the way to the end in a battle for 3rd. 41 held strong under pressure to go 3-3 on the day for 3rd overall. There's Tyler Rattray, who was 4th in Moto 1, was up to 5th in Moto 2, then ran into problems late. Late in the race, it's all over. Ryan Villopoto wins both motos, and with that he has enough points to wrap up the title a week in advance. Over 21,000 fans on hand here to cheer him on. He goes into the history books with his 8th national championship that ties him for 2nd all-time with none other than Jeremy McGrath. On to the 250s. Ken Roxon and the boys looking forward to some good racing today on an all-new track. Bunch of Geico Honda riders leading the pack into the first turn, but out of it, it's going to be the number 40 Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Ecuadorian Martin Davalos. Then Zach Osborne on the 338 and 34 of Justin Bogle would get by him. Run 1-2 early. Furious pack behind him in that, the 292 of rookie Adam Cincerulo, the 16-year-old, finally showing the speed and promise that we knew he'd have from the amateur ranks, though he does make a mistake here and yields 2nd place to Eli Tomac. Series points leader is on a serious roll as of late. He passes Zach Osborne to take over the number 1 spot. Once Tomac has the lead, you can forget about it. He is gone. Listen to this. Give credit to the rookie here. Cincerulo would keep Tomac honest, kept the lead to about 7 seconds. Soon would have his Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki teammate Blake Baggett to fight with for 2nd. Baggett was working on his rookie teammate and would take over. Now, Ken Roxon is the only rider with a mathematical shot at stopping Tomac from getting the title. He had a bad start in this one, but finished a disappointing 4th. Tomac takes the moto win. If that happens here again in Moto 2, Tomac, like Villopoto, will be your champion with 1 race to spare. Not a great start for Tomac off the line here, but his teammate Bogle is going to grab the motorcyclesuperstore.com whole shot. Cincerulo not able to find the magic he had in Moto number 1. He goes down and is last, although he would fight all the way back to finish 9th. It's almost impossible to keep up with the pack early in this 250 class. It's just so deep and they're all going so strong. Bogle's able to extend just a little bit of lead over Darren Durham, and Roxon knows he's starting in front of Tomac and has to take advantage of that. So he goes after Durham, makes the pass on him. Then it's Marvin Muscan and Tomac coming through next. Tomac will pass Muscan, then go after the 44 of Durham, take over 3rd. Roxon now closes in on the leader, Bogle. They would battle hard. Watch Roxon how close this is. He is just, and I mean just, able to put his bike in front of Bogle. Then the wind started howling, kicked up a lot of dust. blew some banners onto the track, through it all. Tomac gets to second, goes for the lead. Then Blake Baggett late in this one, putting on one of his patented charges. Here's Tomac taking the lead from Roczen. Swapped it a couple of times. From here, Tomac would pull away. Roczen seemed to bog down a little bit, and that opened the door for Baggett, now up to third to close in. If Roczen is dropped back to the number 3 position, it's over. Tomac wins the title. There is Baggett taking over second. This is how close it's going to be. Tomac takes the win. He doesn't know yet if the title is his. It comes right down to the line. Baggett just able to hold off Roczen for second. And because Roczen finishes third, Tomac has enough points to clinch the championship. So it's going to be nothing but pride on the line next week. Villopoto and Tomac have the victories. We'll be racing in Southern California at the Red Bull Lake Elsinore National. Go to allysports.com for more.